use the dismiss button today. I'm just kidding. All right. So, alhamdulillah. So for the majority of people that are here are the part of the App Profit System course. And for the people that guess and all that, welcome. A lot of people ask me why I started Startup Muslim, and a lot of things that I'm doing. Actually, working with the Muslim community isn't the easiest thing in the world, by the way. I have an MBA from a top university and so forth, and it's a lot easier to work with the non-Muslim community, by the way. You guys think it's easier to work with Muslims. No. It's actually the opposite. Working with the Muslim community sometimes is difficult. There are a lot of haters and stuff, but when you're able to help somebody and get somebody successful, and they may, help them to be successful in what their goals are and so forth, and they're making dot for you and stuff like that, that makes it all worth it. So, I want to do this tutorial for people that are sort of in the online world, looking to get it started, looking to be successful in it, inshallah, and, make sure that these businesses take off in the future, right? So without further ado, I'm going to just, talk about Shopify, okay? Shopify is like around 5 years old, all right? It really is just a platform to, make an e-commerce site, okay? It's really easy to, it's never been easier to make an e-commerce site. I remember me trying to make in like 2003, 2004, a website, trying to sell things online and all that. It was really difficult. Like, you actually had to go through lines of code, and if not lines of code, you had to really get like a developer, and the developer you'd have to get would be like from, I was living in the US, so they'd have to be from the US. They'd be like really expensive and stuff like that. But now things are a lot easier in terms of that. But at the same time, whenever there's easiness, there is a lot of competition. So I'm going to divide, as you see in front of you, it says Shopify Tutorial Part 1. Okay. I was doing actually this presentation today. I was writing it up. And what I realized is that this is going to take 2 parts, right? So the first part is going to be how to get set up. And then the second part is going to be, once you're set up, you have your business, you're getting your merchandises and stuff like that. How do you go ahead and market it? So we're talking about Facebook marketing, Google marketing, so on and so forth, okay? So, without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and start the presentation. I might not actually even make it in presentation mode because a lot of it is going to require me to go back and forth to different websites, right? All right, so as you guys know, I teach business hacking. I copy the hell out of everything. That's why, it's really easy for me to start a business. When I start a business, super, super easy, especially when you get good people. Just for you guys to know, 2 weeks ago, when I was in New York, I thought of an app idea. Okay, does someone else not hear me? Okay, well, 2 weeks ago, I thought of an app idea, and I sent it to my developer, and my developer went ahead and I didn't even look at the like the app that I was hacking. I didn't even look at it. No, not get likes. Definitely not get likes. It was something in the Islamic space for Ramadan, right? So I didn't even look at it. I just I came up as an idea, right? And I just sent it to my developer, and he understood what I wanted, and he did it really quickly. Okay, and what I'm saying for you all is, you want to get to the point where this is second nature. You know the steps of how to do this one by one, and when you get there, starting this stuff gets really easier, much easier, right? So Shopify is really good at that. So, you want to do niche selections. Like you want to get passionate markets through hobbies, pets, sports, right? And you usually want to get audiences that are large enough, right? So for me, I exclusively find this information off of Facebook, right? So, we're starting right off the bat with the idea, right? I want everybody now to, to get ready to start thinking of different business ideas, okay, within Shopify. And through this presentation, you're going to realize there are millions and millions of ideas, okay? So you want to get markets that are large enough and targetable through Facebook ads, right? So, where do you research this, right? You're going to be researching this through Amazon.com, Wikipedia, Facebook.com, Wish.com, okay? So I'm going to go through them a little bit one by one, just so you know, okay? So, like, for example, you get on, if you want to, actually, my internet test, okay. I was having internet problems before. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to go to Amazon.com, right? Right. Exactly. Exactly. Right. But, this is for watchcount.com, but is when you completely, when you've already picked out the niche and you want to see what sales are like, right? So, I mean, you get on Amazon.com, look at this. Look at all these products that people are selling within Amazon, right? And you could click each niche and see, if you'd be interested in and so forth, right? The reason why, Amazon is usually good is because you're just collecting information and you have a good sort of estimate of sales because Amazon.com has like the rankings, the ranking history, each sort of niche, right? So athletic clothing, right? You see what is trending, what is selling within Amazon.com. So that's just Amazon.com. Again, when you're looking for just like very high level ideas, okay, you're gonna hit up Amazon.com. Okay, so you're gonna look at all of these ideas. Okay, and then start to think about products that you would go ahead and try to sell, right? Hello? Okay, you guys hear me now? Do you hear me now? Okay, good. All right. So great. Okay, so this is very high level, right? So let's just choose something that might be of interest, right? So, I said originally hobbies. So you're going to be like, different hobbies, right? So say you're going to do fishing, okay? So, you know, I thought of this beforehand, right? I'm not even going to look at fishing. There's too many sections here, right? So say I came up with fishing and hunting, right? It's something that people are really passionate about. Usually people with money are in that niche, okay? In fishing and hunting. Then you go to Facebook, okay? Are you guys familiar with Audience Insight on Facebook? Say yes or no. Okay? All right. So Audience Insight in Facebook is really, really powerful. So I'm getting a lot more no's than yeses, right? All right. So, I mean, Facebook basically is collecting all your information. And I'm being serious, like everything you do, Facebook knows about it, right? Even like to the extent like, your phone is turned on, right? Your phone is turned on, and even Facebook at that time is like picking up keywords as you're speaking to like your friend, your family members, and so forth. So I mean, Facebook has a lot of information, for sort of these targeted ads, right? So you see here, it's pretty scary though too, but like you could find out basically a whole bunch of information about people, right? So I mean, you could say Muslims, right, within Facebook. This is again Audience Insights on Facebook, and you find out like, for example, so we're doing United States. Muslims are not terrorists, actually. Let me see that. So it say Islam, right? Or Sunni Islam. because like Islam could be Islam haters. Okay? And so what you get here is online purchases. Okay? As you can see, like even based on, for example, Sunni Islam, right? You're seeing sort of their retail spending. So you're saying first off, it's like 700 to 800,000 people that are active within Facebook that are Muslim. They're in the United States, and you're seeing sort of their online purchases too. So you're saying 33%. That there are within the Muslim community, people 12% make zero online purchases, right? 12%, 24% spend a lot of money online. 40%, sorry about that, I'm just clicking around. So you don't need a special account. So you just go to Google, right? Audience Insights, okay? All right, so you're going to go to Google Audience Insights. I'm going to send the link through. Hold on one second. Where is this? All right, so I'll just go ahead and send you this link, right? Hopefully you guys don't get access to my account, okay? All right, so within Audience Insights, you're checking people's demographics, right? So again, this is Sunni Islam. 49% is women, 51% are men, okay? What pages they like, right? So a lot of Arabic here. I'm Muslim and proud. What are their locations? A lot of them are from where Tariq Baraka is from, Dearborn, Michigan. Okay, 2% out of Michigan, New York, whatever. I'm giving you this sort of insight because you guys can get on there and look at the different sort of purchasing behaviors of people, right? Okay, and obviously you don't want to get an audience where people are not purchasing. So the whole thing is like, you want to make online sales. You don't want to have people that are not going to be purchasing and so forth, right? So I think 24% is pretty good, high. What are their purchasing behaviors, right? So like Muslims like subscription services. Allah Adam, what kind of subscription services? Health and beauty. Okay, so select audience. They like clothing, health and beauty, food and drink. Yeah, we're definitely like basically we like good clothes and like eating, right? Pet products is pretty low and so forth. So like even within the Muslim community, right? Hold on one second. We even have like who's luxury sedan, like what kind of cars they're driving, right? So like you could be doing an ad for luxury cars or something like that within the Muslim community. I mean, like the information is mind-boggling, like the amount of information that you could get for certain people, right? Anyway, so that was just a sidetrack. So we were talking about hunting, right? So we find hunting within the United States. This niche has 30 to 35 million people, okay? 30 to 35 million people. You could find out their page likes here to answer Imran's question, right? So you want to then see, okay, so Apple Creek Ranch, whatever. That's the type of pages they like. They like deer and hunting. And then you could just like click on it. You could find out, like, for example, you don't want to target pages that are less than 30,000 people, right? Or 40,000 people. Okay. So like, and then also you want to see if they're passionate within it, right? So here in Facebook, there's a thing called affinity. Okay. So as you're targeting people for like different pages and stuff like that, you want to target the pages that people have the most affinity to, that like they're participating in, that they're really excited, and so forth. Okay. So say within hunting, we we're looking at the different pages. Then we go to another website, right? So say we want to get into the hunting niche, right? Because we find out that what's the purchasing behavior of people in the hunting niche. See, okay, so they have like pretty good purchasing behavior. All right, so they're looking to purchase and so forth, and see that. Okay, so Ikhlas is asking, what was the difference between audience and Facebook figures? Oh, okay. So let me go back here. So you're saying this one, age and gender, and all Facebook below. Where? Okay. Oh, okay. Let me go to Facebook. Let me go to the page affinities. Okay. So, oh, okay. So the audience, they actually tell you the pages are most likely to be relevant to your audience. Okay. So what I believe this means is that on Facebook, you're like the audience, like how many people are like actually participating, right? So that's how they get this ratio, right? So it's the affinity. So it means okay, yeah. All right. So this audience is 3.9 times as likely to like this as all Facebook audience. Okay. So what it means is that they're more likely to like this page than other Facebook audiences would like a page, if that makes sense, or like the engagement. All right. All right. So this is just on niche selection. So we've actually gone 20 minutes and we're just thinking of niche selection. So we're not even setting up the store and stuff like that. Okay. So you go to a site called wish.com. Okay. It's loading up here. All right. So sign up for Facebook. I just gave them all my personal information. So wish.com basically is telling you the sort of products that are trending. Okay? So you have all these products that are around here, right? And you say hunting, right? And sort of these are the types of products that are sort of trending within the hunting niche, right? Without going into too much detail, I mean, you have also, once you sort of select a product, say, what is this called? These glasses, okay? So polarized goggles, right? So you could go to two sort of sites. So there's polarized goggles. You're going to go to merchant words. So merchant words is sort of telling you what kind of sales they're getting on Amazon.com. Okay. So it's polarized goggles, right? So you sort of see the demand for it. So polarized goggles gets 36,000 searches per month, right? And then there's another site called watchcount.com. Okay? So you're saying there's reasonable demand for polarized goggles. People are looking for it, right? So watchcount.com tells you what is selling on eBay. So you're going to say polarized goggles, and then they're sort of telling you how many sales individual listings are getting. So, 689. This is going crazy. So 600, and let me just close my Outlook real quick. Close all windows. All right, so you see here past sales, 1,500, 1,100, 689, right, for sort of polarized goggles. So you realize that there are a bunch of sales that are going on in this particular niche. Okay? All right. So does anybody have any questions about sort of selecting a product, sort of getting that information and going forward? Or did I bore you to death? Okay. All right, great. Does the weight of the product matter? It does matter, and I'm going to show you later on why. It does matter, 100%. Don't need to be familiar with niche at all. Not necessarily. I don't think you need to be very familiar with it. It helps when you're marketing though to relate to the customer and know how to sell to them. So that's when it helps to be familiar. Saeed. Okay, great. No questions. Okay, great. Thank you, Zainab. So yeah. So recap, Imran, is quickly. Okay. You go to sites like Amazon.com. Okay. So you're gonna go to one second. New tab. Amazon.com. Okay. You're going to go to like departments just to get sort of rough niche ideas, right? You get rough niche ideas. You're going to go to Facebook, see if those niches are, if that particular niche has like buyers, people have a high affinity to it, people like, if they see, for example, I have a friend who's like crazy about hamburgers, right? So anytime he sees it, like we're walking on the street, anytime he sees a hamburger shop or something like that, he goes in and eats it, right? So you want that sort of, you want that type of audience where people are just crazy about that sort of thing, right? So some people are crazy about their cats. So if people have a high affinity to their cats, you want to start selling them like cat products or something like that, right? But also they have to have a high affinity, but in addition, there are people who like to purchase, okay? So once you find that group, you just want to see the overall demand on it. So you go to merchant words, and then you're going to also go to watch count. So merchant words is to spy on like a product on Amazon, watchcount.com to sort of spy on a product in eBay. Okay? Once you get that, okay, I forgot wish.com, but wish.com also could shows you the different products that you're getting. So you actually go to wish.com first, find different products that you could be selling in that, and then within those products, you're going to see sort of the monthly demand for it. Okay? And then once you got those numbers, so you got a product where people are spending a lot and have a high affinity to, so they're most likely to buy if they see an ad. And then you're going to get the product that is selling the most or selling very highly. And then you're going to select it based on watchcount.com and merchant words. Okay? All right, guys. By the way, just a little thing. I know that everybody is watching it tentatively. No need to tell me that you guys are like going to the bathroom and stuff like that, or going to attend to prayers or anything like that. There's a recording, inshallah, and we'll send it out to the people that attended the call or register for the call. Okay. All right. So there we go. Okay. So you follow these steps, right? Again, this was the criterion within Facebook. It has to be an audience of 1 million or more. If it's like 900,000, it's still good. وعليكم السلام. أنا في قرب والله. مش راجل يكلمك وانت لا. أنا دلوقتي محتاج أجدد باقة فودافون النت. طيب ابعت لك رصيد يعني؟ ابعت لي رصيد 50 جنيه. لا 100 جنيه 100 جنيه. طيب ماشي حاضر. مع السلامة. You're going to study these numbers a lot, and for what we're looking to do here is we're trying to get products that have a lot of sales and by people that like to buy. Okay? So, that's important for people to look at and to really focus that on their business. Okay? All right. So what I was saying in the presentation, okay, is, Shopify is the platform where you're going to be doing this. All right? So you're going to be looking at, it was founded in 2004. It's a hosted e-commerce platform, right? So for people that are not familiar with it, we're going to go step by step on how to sign up for Shopify. Okay? And so we're going to go here and we're going to go ahead and sign up for Shopify. So we're going to go to Shopify, right? .com. Okay? And so is everybody clear that how we're going to pick the niche, right? So I went over it. You're going to start with Amazon.com. You're going to look at the different niches. You're going to choose one. Once you choose one, you go to Facebook. You do some research. If the research showing that people have a high purchase habit in that niche and have a strong affinity, okay, then you're going to go to wish.com. You're going to find the different products within that niche that people are selling. Okay, once you choose those products, you go to merchant words and see how much like people are searching per month. Okay, and then you're going to go to eBay or watch count to look at the eBay words, eBay sales for the product. Okay, so there you go. That's how you get business ideas. And as you can see here, there are thousands of them, thousands, millions. You should not ever struggle to have any business idea. Okay? And then so now you've chosen a product. Say we're going to do the polarized glasses. Okay? So we're going to do the free trial for Shopify. Okay? Put in your email address. So I'm just going to put in my Gmail. Oh man. Okay. So yeah. So we're going to, actually let me just put in my typical email that everybody knows. All right. Omar.com. All right. I'm going to put in the password. We're going to say Shopify tutorial. Okay. Omar. Shopify Omar or Startup Muslim. All right. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and create a store. Okay. You guys could actually be creating a store right now while you're following along with me. Okay. Yeah, that's a great question, Riaz. So Riaz is saying, is it in the US or the UK? Great question, Riaz. So when I did audience insights, okay, it was in the US. Okay. You could easily change it and you could do United Kingdom. Okay. All right. And you can see people's purchasing habits, monthly active people, and so forth. The U.S. is just a monster market. It's just huge. Americans buy, they eat, they do a lot in just like really big proportions. So as someone selling things, it's always, good to start in the U.S. if you can. Okay? I do not sell through Amazon. I don't believe in Amazon. Okay? Everybody knows that how I feel about Amazon. Okay, so you're gonna put in your name, your address, and so forth, right? So, okay, Omar Taha. So I'm gonna do test address. All right. Yeah, it's a long discussion, Naeem, in terms of Amazon, and I'd rather go through this, right? So country, I'm actually, as you guys have noticed, I'm actually vacationing in Egypt at the moment, so that's the reason why you can see that. So we'll go to the beginning, United States, Canada, United States, New York, Nebraska, I just was in Nebraska, okay, Brooklyn, this is an old address of mine, okay? All right, cool. So we're going to put in the phone number. We're going to put in everything. Okay. And you're going to get the store started. All right. I'm going to close the question thing, so I'm not going to be seeing your questions. It's just getting in the way. Okay. Are you? Yes, I'm just playing around. That's actually a good thing. Okay. How much revenue does you currently make in a year? Okay. So we'll just say 5,000, 50,000. Are you setting up for a client? No. Okay. So, all right. And this is how you're starting up the store. There you go. And then up here, you're going to have startup, the name you put in and my Shopify. Okay. And there you go. That's how you get started. This is how you get your Shopify store to be created, right? And it's actually like, this is really simple and easy, right? So here, actually, let me close my email again. So here, so if you don't like this domain name, and obviously a lot of people don't like, you could add a custom domain. right? And I actually go into this in the presentation. Okay. So just a little bit about benefits of Shopify. It's very secure. They're doing a lot of the security for you, right? So a lot of payments are going through, and the last thing you want is hackers. Bandwidth, it's very fast, and it's very scalable. Like, the same amount of effort to sell one product could also have the same effort for selling 1,000 products. Okay. And the benefits of Shopify are pretty, you could create a theme. You could create really, really nice websites through Shopify, e-commerce stores, and everything is sort of ready for you. So you're going to be selling online right away through Shopify, and there's support to do so. Okay? Just so you know, the pricing plans when you sign up, there's $29 per month, and they take 2.9% of your sales, right? If you're planning on getting a lot more sales, you could sign up for the $79 per month, and that would be 2.6% of your sales that they're going to be taking away, right? And I did the calculations. That's like if you were to get $15,000 to $20,000 in sales, you would want to get this plan, right? If you're planning on getting $15,000 to $20,000 in sales, you would do that plan. And then there's the $179 per month plan, and it's 2.4% that they're taking in terms of fees for every sale that you do within Shopify. Okay? Realize you're paying that monthly amount in addition to a percentage of your sales, right? And it's significant. Ironically, it's like around where Zakat is, for 2.6, 2.9%. Okay? So you can put your domain name here. Okay? So if you wanted to call your store Polarized Goggles, they're going to ask, you'd have to buy this some domain, right? They're probably going to say it's not available, which makes sense. This is a little bit of the technical side, but basically whatever domain name you want, you could set up and your store would be hosted on that. Okay? All right. So what are the questions that people have? Yeah. So within Shopify, you're going to be able to have different types of payments and stuff like that. I'm going to show people who are not in the United States how they could set that up, because that's really important, right? Because a lot of you are not in the United States. So I'm going to go here to the presentation. Okay. So this is the current pricing plans. And let me zoom in here so you guys can see it. All right. So, and then, okay. So basically, if you do not live in the United States, but you want to sell within Shopify, so you should, say you wanted to be in the country of your primary market. So a lot of you, that's going to be the United States, and a lot of you may not be in the United States. So you could go to grouping.com and you could get a free virtual address within the United States, because you're going to need that. Okay, you're also going to need a phone number to set up your Shopify account, right? If you're not in the U.S., so you could get a U.S. number for $295 per month. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do the full screen because I'm going in and out, Ayub. Okay? All right. So now, again, so these were the pricing plans that we're doing. Now that Ayub said it, I'm going to go here. The thing is, I usually have a 3-screen monitor, and even that failed on me today. 3 screens and something happened. Okay? So, these are the plans that you could be doing. On that, that's pretty simple. Okay? So, we've already gone ahead and set up the Shopify account, right? All right. So, now you could take different payment methods within Shopify. So, you definitely want to set up PayPal business account within Shopify. PayPal is like the worst for the business owner, but it's really good for the customer. So customers always use PayPal. Okay. And whatever business I've ever done, right? PayPal, any business I've ever done where it has multiple payment gateways, PayPal is always 50% or more. Okay. Because people just like using PayPal. Okay, so there's a new thing called Shopify Payments, and you can use that, or you could use a third-party gateway. A really popular one is Stripe right now, and it's sort of linked up with Shopify. You can link them up with Shopify. Okay. All right. So you're going to need, if you're not in the United States, you're going to need a IRS EIN number, employee identification number. Okay. And that number, you just have to call the US IRS and they will provide it to you. Okay. If you, in terms of the last 4 digits of your social security number, you don't need it. Actually, you could just put in 000 within Shopify. What's more important is the employee identification number. Okay, and you're going to also need to set up a U.S. bank account if you're doing within the U.S. You could go ahead and do that through this link over here. It's called Payoneer.com. Why do we need an IRS number? Because that's the law. You need to pay taxes on earnings. Okay? I mean, that's the law of the sort of land kind of thing. Okay? All right. So let's go back to our Shopify account. So, in a perfect world, we set up the domain name. Now we're like, startupmuslim.com and so on and so forth. All right. So we've set up the domain name. Now let's start setting up the pages, right? All right. So you can make it now About Us page, home page. So you just go over here. It's like super, super simple. And you add the pages, right? Now you go up here and there are themes. Okay? So you don't need to be like a really fancy web designer, so on and so forth. You could go here, do customize themes, right? And you're going to look up themes that people have, right? Oh my God, what a terrible name that we've made. All right, so theme options, go up to theme options. You could change the language, you can edit it, and so forth. This is a really, really a robust system. You can add pages, delete pages, and so forth, okay? This seems very technical for anybody. Do let me know. Yeah, if you already have hosting, that's fine. It could be hosted through your platform with Shopify, okay? Any other questions? Okay, cool. Let me know if things get boring. I'll start singing for everybody, okay? All right, so who is the owner of the domain? You must be the owner of the domain. How do we do what? Okay. Oh, okay. Within the hosting and so on and so forth, you just go to domains and you customize it, right? Shopify, the good thing about it, offers the theme store, like I was mentioning to you before. So this theme store, so like you could literally create like a very, very professional website. So if you wanted to sell like t-shirts and stuff like that, if you wanted to sell tables, if you wanted to sell, I mean, I'm getting into like medicines and stuff like that now. Okay. So say vitamins. Okay. Couldn't find vitamins. Okay. No, there's no vitamin theme. Okay. But you understand here, like where you could easily now in like a couple of clicks essentially have an e-commerce store and look like really fancy. Okay. A lot of people sell misc and stuff like that, right? So I know this is not selling misc. This is like selling like makeup and stuff like that. This thing looks like misc. These little things right here. Okay. So if you wanted to set up a store there, you would just like change these pictures here of the woman, of the baby, whatever, and you could go ahead and do that. All right. Okay. So it's really, really easy to set up the store. Okay. You set up the store. Yeah, I mean, you choose up your theme. Okay. You've gone ahead, edited your pages. Okay. So you're going to do About Us page. You're going to do what your company's about, what you believe in, what your mission statement is, what you stand for, and so forth. Okay. You've set up your domain. So you're like, www.omartaha.com. Okay. And so now all you have to do is set up your products page. Yeah. Okay. So Nasser, we're going to get there. okay, in terms of the products and where do you store it and where do you put it, okay? Does anybody have any questions about what I've just said, okay? Now you've chosen your product that you want. Now you need to actually get it, okay? All right. So you've also, by the way, on Shopify, I'm going to make sure I've told you this. You're going to be setting up your payments. So you could go over here, report, sales channel. Okay. So here you're going to go and you're going to put in your products. So you're going to add your products to start selling. Okay. So say if it's goggles, you're going to have like those pictures. You're going to do add the product. Okay, you're gonna like put the product. You're gonna say polarized goggles. Okay, you're gonna say goggles are amazing. All right, it's gonna be visible in the online store. Okay, and here you're gonna put in. You're just gonna drop all the images, or you could just upload it here. You're gonna put in the price, and then after you click Save Product, it's gonna pop up. And you're going to see the actual product in the store, okay? All right, 1 second. Let me look at the questions. What if you have a huge number of stock? Okay, so you could just go to collections here. I mean, first off, if you're looking to upload it a lot and so forth, that's totally fine. You could just outsource it to somebody to like actually put it up for you and you tell them the details and all that, okay? So can I use affiliate as part of the store? I don't know what you mean by affiliate marketing part of the store. Yeah, I guess I know what you mean. So if you want to get affiliates to your store, and you give them a percentage of every sale, yeah, there's probably here within Shopify, there are the apps, right? And I'm sure there's an app for that. So you visit the app store and you could have like sort of affiliate links and so forth. Okay. All right. So, and then what's going to end up happening is you're going to put up the products and it's going to come up like this, right? So you're going to see the demo. Okay, Ahmed, I'm going to answer to you right now. Just bear with me. Okay, you're going to put up the products, right? And you're going to have the picture and you could put in almost anything. And Shopify like sort of makes it really easy for you. Okay? All right. So now I think everyone is now asking about the products. How do you get it? Where does it go? So on and so forth, right? So we go to a presentation. Okay. So, I mean, people get the themes. Shipping settings, we're going to talk about shipping later. Okay. Domains, we've spoken about. There are some essential pages that you need to put in there, like privacy and terms of services, and, make sure to add them within your pages, right? All right. So now this is the moment of truth. Okay, so now you've picked up your product, right? We've said polarized goggles. That seems like a good product to sell. Okay, we have a market for it. We have a list. So, there's a thing called print on demand. Okay, so what you do with print on demand for Shopify, just go to Google, print on demand products Shopify. Custom t-shirt fulfillment. So either you could do several things, right? You can install an app for a print-on-demand product, okay? And essentially you set up the store and you link up your store to these suppliers. So all you are is just a website, okay? You're just a website, and every time someone is buying, okay, the app is sending it to the supplier to fulfill the shipment. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? I know that might seem a little bit complicated, but okay, so Nasser, that makes sense. Okay. Anything else? So, okay. Okay. So Rabia, no. Riaz wants to repeat. So this is called Printful, right? we'll just watch the video. So no upfront costs, no stock or inventory. Okay. So people have custom t-shirts business, right? So say, my name's Amar Taha. At the end of my, so I'm a user and I say, I want to make a t-shirt, omartaha.com, right? And so I get on Shopify, okay, on the store for Printful or some other store for custom t-shirts, right? And essentially, someone goes to my website, they fill it out and all that. On the back end, this app is sending it to this company, Printful, and they're fulfilling the order on their end. So that's why it's called print on demand. So the actual product gets shipped by this company, gets done by this company, and we have sort of nothing to do with anything related to the product. We're just a marketing engine. Okay? Can you sell in more than one country? Yes, you can, Imran. You could sell in almost any country that you could fulfill. Because Shopify is not Amazon, right? So Amazon is based on different countries and stuff like that. And Shopify is just a platform to make e-commerce websites. And so they do it for you almost immediately. Okay? So Nasser says, how much does the supplier give you in turn? It's different percentages, but the profit margin is usually 10 to 30% for every sale. Okay? Yeah, so Shopify doesn't have its own suppliers, Riyadh. What it is that Shopify has an app store. And so within the app store, there are suppliers that are giving you their app, and they fulfill the orders for you. Does that make sense? This is why Shopify is so powerful. This is why Shopify is so powerful, because there are all these apps that make things incredibly easy. Like before, when you had a website, you actually had to take orders. You had to, you had to take orders. And when you took the orders, you had to put the ship in a box, and then you send it over. And once you sent it over, the person could have returned and worry about all of this nonsense like payment and all that. So Shopify has made it where you're able to come up with businesses that are just really easy to put together because all the resources are available to you. Yeah, so you can find the apps for different products on Shopify. And by the way, this like print t-shirt business, I know a guy that was making $100,000 a day with custom-made t-shirts. $100,000 a day. Okay, what if I find suppliers in China? Does this mean they need the app on Shopify? No. Okay, so I'm going to get to that part, Ikhlas. Okay, so you don't need to do print on demand. This is an option. If you're just getting started on Shopify, print on demand is like an amazing thing to do. Okay? You don't need to do that. So, but like print on demand is good for like t-shirts, phone cases, mugs. So anytime people like need anything custom made and all that, the app is connected to your Shopify store and it's just fulfilling orders. You're just a website, a web page that's a marketing engine for people. Okay? Then there is drop shipping. Drop shipping is really good because it's different than print on demand, because print on demand is sort of custom made. But now with drop shipping, it's almost the same exact thing with print on demand. It's just that these are more generic products. Okay, so you have no upfront costs. You're not paying for any inventory. You're connected with your supplier. okay? And as you get orders, they send it, okay? There's a little bit more communications with drop shipping, whereas, print on demand, there are apps, there's whatever. So you just need print on demand, it's all automated and there is no issues. Whereas drop shipping, you need to coordinate a little bit more with the drop shipping company. It's still not anything as bad as wholesale, but it's still, you are working as a web page or a e-commerce site of somebody else's product. Okay? Which one do I prefer? Well, all of them have the pluses and minuses. In terms of of what you're doing and stuff like that, the wholesale and fulfillment probably makes the most money. Okay? All right. So for like the glasses, I haven't researched it too much and seen the suppliers, but for the glasses, you probably would want to just do wholesale and fulfillment, right? So what you could be doing also is, yeah, Nether, I don't know. Okay, so Nether asked a good question. Okay. Okay, so Nether asked whether it's halal or haram. I mean, I'm not a scholar or on that, right? For drop shipping. I've heard the opinion that drop shipping could be haram, right? I don't agree with that personally. Personally, I don't agree with that. But I mean, it depends on sort of your own personal question, sort of the way you're perceiving what drop shipping is, right? I perceive it as a sort of commission thing, right? Like you're taking it as commission for actually helping someone get the sale. I don't know how that is haram. Whereas someone might perceive it as something you're selling something where you're not owning it. But I mean, that's a very long discussion. But we could it would evolve. It would involve a lot more research. Okay. So that's I'm just giving you what the options are within this, and whatever's halal and whatever's haram, it's up for your personal discretion, inshallah. Okay? All right. So wholesaling and fulfillment, right? So what happens is you could actually buy the product, right? And get it shipped all the way from China. So you would go to like Alibaba.com, right? And you would search for polarized goggles, right? It keeps going, sunglasses. Whatever, you guys get the idea, right? So you're going to be looking here for different suppliers of that. So say you pick this one, you negotiate a price, they send it to you, 1,200 pieces. So you're going to be spending 1,200 times, say, $2, right? And that's $2,400. And then either you're going to send it to like your house or your office to sell it to customers and ship it, and there's that work, or you send it to a fulfillment center. You could just Google it. You can find different fulfillment centers. Okay, fulfillment center US, right? You'll be sending it to the fulfillment center, and the fulfillment center stores your inventory. Okay, and then ships it as you're getting orders coming in. If you're gonna do this route, I do suggest that these guys have a Shopify, and most do, but like they have a Shopify API so you could connect the sales with Shopify. Okay? All right. So any other questions that people have? Ahmed, what website are you talking about? Alibaba.com? Yeah, Alibaba.com. That's how you find out the products and you get it shipped to you. Okay. So my strategy is, start with print on demand. Okay. You move into drop shipping. If you guys feel that, it is haram to do drop shipping, then you would go ahead and start with the wholesale and fulfillment model. Fulfillment fees will be high and maybe like this. It's hard to compete with. Okay, just bear with me. I'm just reading the question. It'd be hard to compete with people who have the inventory in their place. Yeah, potentially, Nader. Potentially. But again, everything is, every business issue is resolved through marketing, by the way. Is Shopify an asset? Yes, it is. Because you're going to create an e-commerce site and you're going to create a brand. So Shopify is an asset, Wasim. Okay? All right. So again, these are just, a list of wholesale, within the wholesale business, right? You're going to find products from here, Alibaba, AliExpress. You're going to try Etsy.com. You could buy them through eBay, whatever. These are just products resources. If you're looking for a supplier, you might just want to Google it. So you would just do your niche, your product, and wholesale, and you'll find a bunch of wholesale sellers for your product. Okay, Imran, will the business setup be included in your mentoring? I don't understand the question, actually. So Rada asked me about my mentoring. No, well, there's no actually mentoring that I'm talking about. So there's mentoring that I do I do with people, and I do coaching, right? And it all depends on their business idea and so forth. So I work with people in my coaching program, alhamdulillah, come up with a business and then just execute on it and execute it by taking massive action. All right? So Imran Butt, if you're not a non-resident, can't you pay taxes in your country? I'm not a tax attorney, okay? Nor am I a sheikh to tell you if it's halal or haram. You're going to have to contact a tax lawyer to see how to minimize your tax burden in the U.S. Okay? All right. So what advice do you for someone selling on Amazon and wanting to open a Shopify store? I think Amazon is a good start, and then now you should move on to a Shopify store where you're creating your own brand and you know how to source products and sell and fulfill them. So I think Amazon is a good start, but I think long term I don't believe in Amazon because you can't create your own brand. You're just going to be creating a sales engine that could end at any time. You could be shut down by Amazon. You could have like a million new competitors come in and so forth. And Amazon is like, when you're selling on Amazon, you're in a store, like a small store in a mall, and everybody is trying to sell in that little store, right? And when you go on to like Shopify or just like an e-commerce site in general, it's like you selling in the rest of the mall. Okay? And it's a really, really big mall. All right. So, Sadim, can we have a European bank account and sell in the US? Yes, you can. Muntazar, can you give us some examples of successful shops from a starter capacity, not a huge store? I have examples of that, Muntazar. I'm going to save that for next week when I do the marketing. So I'm going to show you a bunch of Shopify stores that are very useful. Okay. Thank you so much, Bashir. Thank you for your kind words. So Sadim Hamidi, if you want to sell internationally, a couple of countries, how about bank accounts? Okay, I think I answered that question. May, what advice do you have? Okay, I got that question. All right. Great. Well, my apologies for the technical difficulties. Can we sell in Angola? Yes, you can sell in Angola. What you can do with Shopify, you could sell in any country in the world because all it is an internet site, okay? And you just contact China and they'll send you the products to whatever country you're going to. Every country is harder to set up than the other. Not all countries are the same in terms of how hard it is. Okay, how do you deal with refunds? Well, drop shipping is pretty easy to deal with refunds and also print on demand. Whereas if you're doing wholesale from your office and you're going to have to do the refund, right? If you're doing fulfillment centers, the fulfillment center will take care of the refund. Imran. Okay? All right. I think we need payment gateway to be based on the country? I don't understand that question. Yeah. So print on demand is like if you're looking for custom products, like custom T-shirts, mugs, like now they're doing custom books, right? And custom a lot of other things. There's a lot of customization. So print on demand is people get on the site and they order something very customized to themselves, and it gets shipped to a third party who actually fulfills that order from the customer, and they send it to the customer. Do Amazon sellers have an edge over Shopify in terms of getting more traffic? Yes and no, Ikhlas. I mean, if you're number one in Amazon, you're definitely going to get a lot more traffic than 99% Shopify sites, right? But that's if you're number one. Usually now in Amazon, like each product has like 1,000 or 2,000 competitors. I mean, the chances of you getting to number one is very unlikely within Amazon. So you could have more traffic on Amazon, but it's extremely unlikely. You're more likely to have more traffic on Shopify. Sidim, if you use a fulfillment center, who receives the payment of the customers? You or fulfillment center? You do, but you have to pay the fulfillment center. How can we sell it in the Middle East? Yeah, Riaz, just do whatever I just told you and get your product shipped to the Middle East. Imran, should you create a separate Shopify account for each product or niche? I think so, yes. Yeah. Okay. I'll finish the last two slides for Ahmed because Ahmed wants to go. Okay. I mean, the last two slides, supplier consideration, right? It's really important that people have a good relationship. I mean, business is still about relationships. So a lot of people focus on internet and sending emails and stuff like that, and they don't focus on developing relationships with people. It's really important to develop relationships with them because they're going to give you better deals, right, on your products, and they're going to give you insider information about what sells and what doesn't sell. Okay? And fulfillment, yeah, I mean, you could be doing it in your house, actually through a fulfillment center. Okay? Do you have to pay the fee for each? Yeah, you do, actually. You would probably have to pay the fee for each product. Yes. No, sir. I'm going to close up. I mean, we've been on for maybe an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 35 minutes minus the 20 minutes. Okay. I'm going to do another one next week. Okay. So anybody that's here, if they want to get their Shopify store set up, do set it up. Okay. And next week, what we're going to be talking about is just marketing your store and really getting it all together. Okay, so that's to answer your question, not another. Startup costs could be like as little as like $200 to $300, Jamad. It actually would be less than that if you can, if you did print on demand or not Jamal, you do drop shipping. So if you did drop shipping and print on demand, it would be cheaper. But again, I don't know the Islamic ruling on drop shipping or whether there's a difference of opinion or not. Okay? Yeah, I'll be sharing those slides with you, Ikhlas. Just for you, Ikhlas. All right, Nasser. Bara has spoken. All right. Who's in London, by the way? Who's in London? I'm going to be in London next week, inshallah. Jamal, okay, Bashir has already signed up. Rabia, we haven't heard her. She has not signed up for the mastermind. And Bara, we need you to sign up, and Jamal. Nasser, for the mastermind we're doing. Imran is coming. So we have Imran, Ikhlas, and Bashir coming to the mastermind. I want everybody that's here, especially if you're out of London, I'll understand if you're not in London. Inshallah ta'ala. Let me get this here. All right. Do sign up for the mastermind, inshallah. It's really important that you do. You're going to get blown away. This Shopify tutorial, alhamdulillah, I'm glad that a lot of you had a good, a good session right now in terms of learning Shopify. but literally like the people that I have coming. So, we have Brandon, mashallah, generated $22 million online. Just came, just came into Islam. Alhamdulillah, I've created, several 6 and 7 figure businesses. Literally, if I wanted to create a 6 figure business in 2 months now, like I could create, inshallah, multiple 6 figure businesses within, 2 months if that was my focus, right? So, there's a lot of this stuff. If you just like learn it from these people. Ronaldo just did, Ronaldo just does amazing. He's, all that stuff that we're talking about in terms of Facebook and audience insights and stuff like that. The guy like has like ridiculous strategies that he's doing, and obviously we have Adil Chaudhry. He's going to be talking. Mashallah, he's one of the most famous, people within internet marketing. Multi millions he's produced online. So it's going to be in the Marriott in Heathrow for those looking to attend. Okay, let me send you the link. It's going to be the Marriott in Heathrow. And I want everybody that's here to attend, or have like a really good excuse, like your baby's gonna be born or something like that. It's gonna be, and also there's gonna be food too. So you're gonna be, for people it's like, oh, it costs money. I'm like, yeah, because you're gonna be eating. So I think there's gonna be breakfast, lunch, and maybe even dinner. And I don't know. There's gonna be 2 meals at least, and there's gonna be a lot of it. Okay. All right, so anybody that's here and in the London area, looking forward to having you join. And next week I'm going to go over the marketing strategies within Shopify, and that's really going to be the good part of this of all that we're talking about. Okay? I don't know why Barad just said that. Okay, yeah, no, there's not going to be any pork. It's all halal food. All right, Rabia, when is the next webinar? I'll probably aim for probably Tuesday. Okay? Good. Rabia, we're expecting you. And we're expecting everybody else that's at London and coming. All right? All right, guys. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. I'm going to put together the two parts, the first part that got cut off and the second part. So then we're going to send over the recording, okay? Will I provide parking? I'm sure the Marriott has parking, so that that will that'll be available. Okay? Thank you so much, Riaz. All right. Assalamu alaikum. My apologies again for getting cut off.